We are back on Get Up, and as of next year, so will be the XFL, relaunching in 2023. The league will offer fans a spring season to satisfy their football cravings, and they've attached some serious star power. We'll get to some of those stars in a moment, but let's take a look at the coaching stars they've put together. Wade Phillips comes to the XFL with 40-plus years of coaching experience, one of the great defensive minds of all time, and he was the head coach for 6 different NFL teams. Former Oklahoma coach Bob Stoops returns to the XFL. He's the winningest coach in Oklahoma history, won 191 games and a national championship. 14-year NFL veteran cornerback Terrell Buckley will be another of the coaches. The former Florida State star won the Jim Thorpe Award in '91 as the best defensive back in the country, was inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame in 2019. The next name is one you know, that Steelers legend Heinz Ward, coming to the XFL after a stint as wide receivers coach at Florida Atlantic. He was a 4-time Pro Bowler. He was the MVP of Super Bowl 40. And speaking of legends, Pro Football Hall of Famer Rod Woodson is another of the head coaches in the XFL. Played 17 years in the NFL, being named to the Pro Bowl 11 times, and was the Defensive Player of the Year in 1993. So significant credibility amongst the coaches, and here are the 3 others. Reggie Barlow had a good career in the NFL. 11-year NFL tight end and former Jets first-round pick Anthony Becht is one of the coaches, and so is a longtime NFL head and assistant coach Jim Haslett. So those are the coaches. These are the people who will be running the league. It is Dany Garcia, the chairwoman and owner of the XFL, the media mogul, the first woman to be equal or majority stake holder in a professional sports league in the U.S., and she is joined by a man who candidly needs no introduction anywhere in this XFL.
But I do need an introduction, Greeny, please. Yes.
The one, the only, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. It is a pleasure to see you. Dany, let me start with you, because this really is a groundbreaking moment and a groundbreaking opportunity for you. What does it mean to you to be the first female owner of a major American sports league?
It is, it's something that I wake up every day and I'm just humble and amazed. I mean, it is a moment that happened because we were going after a dream, something we were so passionate about, and we were grinding through to get this acquisition. And then all of a sudden it's done, and we have this incredible team around us, and I lift my head and I made history. So that wasn't the intention, but it was the moment, and it's inspired me to make sure that it's a moment that has meaning. It just wasn't a moment in time. So it's amazing.
And Dwayne, we know that football has been a part of your dream for a very long time, going back to your days as a college player. How did you come to be involved with this, and what does it mean to you?
Well, I came to be involved in the XFL, Greeny, because I love the game of football. We love the game of football. You do, your viewers. I love the game of football. And, there's 53 men on a roster in the NFL. I always like to say that I was number 54, who I was that player who coaches, and the NFL would say, had I been drafted or had a shot in the NFL, which that dream did not come true, I'd like to say that the coaches would tell me, as they did tell me in the CFL where I eventually went, you're good, but you need to continue to work hard to be better. And, I got to tell you, I would have loved to have played for the XFL if the XFL was around when I was coming out of college. I would have loved to have played for the XFL, and especially under this new iteration of the XFL, new ownership where we want to create a league of culture, a league of innovation. And at the end of the day, I got involved with the XFL, became an XFL owner with Dany to help players' dreams come true. And there I am right there, 94 on the field, number 1 in your heart. But it is to make players' dreams come true and to grow the game of football.
And so for both of you, and Dany, I'll start with you quickly if we could here, because I want to get to a few things. But the XFL has been through multiple iterations. How would you describe the vision for what this league will be when it begins next year?
This league is going to be about innovation. It's going to be about our athletes. It's going to be about our fans. It's about taking everything that surrounds the ball and amplifying it and bringing meaning and bringing inclusivity. It's going to be a dynamic, fast game. We're going to give fans and athletes access to each other that they've never had before. It's about opening more doors. It's about experiencing, not just watching. So, we have spent an incredible amount of time with our wonderful XFL team just building layers and layers and layers so that when we launch, and even before, the tone, the feel, the pace, it's fresh, it's new, it's a league of today.
Yeah, Dwayne, how would you describe what the fans will see when this kicks off next year?
I think the fans are going to see an exciting game of football. I think the fans are going to see high-level, high-quality football to put a high-quality product on the field. But I also can tell you this, from a man who put his hands in the dirt, and to speak for Dany on a second, so someone, who we grew up together at University of Miami, and Dany knew me then very well as that dream of playing in the NFL and playing professional football, and that didn't happen. But it was the work ethic and the drive that we grew up on, and I think that is going to be a reflection of this league. We're business people, yes, but we're scrappy, we're hungry, we're the hardest workers in the room, and that's going to be a reflection of the XFL. The XFL also will have the kind of player that is a hungry, scrappy player. 54. 54, I'll just say that. So, we're excited about this, and I also think, Greeny, there's a real energy and a real mana, as I like to say, that's surrounding the XFL. We got a shot here, fingers crossed. We have been professionalizing a great team. Obviously, you see with the coaches who are outstanding, our football operations, and on top of that, we're collaborating with the NFL, partnering with the NFL to grow the game of football in terms of innovation, things like that. Our player academy, NFL player academy. So we're excited about that too. So there are a lot of things that are coming together nicely. Again, fingers crossed. We love the game of football. Let's go ball out and let's give it to the fans.
You just mentioned it briefly, Dany. You announced a partnership with the NFL Alumni Academy. Tell the fans why that's important.
Absolutely. So when we took on this ownership, one of the things we are absolutely committed to is having stewardship over the game of football. We want the entire game of football to advance, to players to have a longer runway. So our partnership, our exclusive partnership with the NFL Alumni Academy allows us to put our NFL pedigree expertise that lives within the XFL, join the NFL Alumni Academy, and create and continue to develop these players. We're literally extending the football ecosystem, so there's more time, there's more opportunity. If they are not selected in the NFL, they automatically opt into the XFL. So there's choice and there's time to get on the field, there's time to play, be in front of a camera, actually have more opportunity. It's huge for us. We are so excited about it.
And the coaches, and I just ran through the names, Dwayne, and that brings just a level of credibility that it feels to me to be significant here, because people hear those names and they know those are football people. They're not doing this for any other reason.
Well, these are credentialed guys. These are football guys who have a lot of pride in their experience. They have a lot of pride in the hard work that they put in with their own two hands. And they have a lot of pride in coaching a team and a lot of pride in winning. And Dany has really taken wonderful time to speak to all the coaches. I can't wait to meet the coaches next week. And, we're excited about this and excited about these coaches. But also, as you see with these coaches here, there's a real mentality that these coaches have, which I can appreciate. Your fans can too, football fans. I know, again, Dany spoke to them too as well. There's a mentality and there's a real hunger with the coaches here that they have. So I'm excited about this. I'm excited about they have great leadership qualities. They have great commitment to the game. So again, here we go. Let's see.
And anyone who knows anything about you knows how important football is to you. It always has been, and so this is a wonderful next step. I could do this forever. Dany, Dwayne, thank you both so very much for this announcement here. The XFL back and better than ever next year, and we will see you soon. Thank you for joining us.